I discovered my alternative universe quite by accident. One day, while picking my nose, I swallowed a fuzzy watermelon seed by accident. Not such a bad thing, but I had also just finished a fine meal of stale stewed squirrel cheeks just a few moments before. I dimly sensed an almost imperceptible flash of oily blue light in the French quadrant of my gnarly brain. The quadrant I've always called my foreigner corner since it was outsourced to the Bermuda Triangle on Y2K. I also heard a slight pop, sort of like the ones you might hear when you step on a tomorrow monkey fart, and there I wasn't. At first I didn't notice much of anything, but when I reached for another piece of watermelon, it jumped off the plate and skidded away from me. So I says to myself, that's odd. I really wanted that particular piece of watermelon. And as soon as that thought entered my mind, that particular piece of watermelon jumped right back onto the end of my fork. So I says to myself, that's odd, but kind of fun. I wonder if I can repeat that. And so I tried, and I did. And after more experimenting, I found that I could both attract and repel objects simply by thinking about them. There was one big problem, though. If I thought about anything big and heavy, I would either get smacked up hard against that object or knocked flat on my butt. I soon learned to think only about attracting or repelling things weighing a lot less than me. And after a few hours, my alternative universe faded away, and I was back to normal. Darn. I wondered if I could get back to my nice little alternative universe, so I experimented for months. And finally, after many, many tries, I found that I could get there any time, so long as I followed a few simple rules. First, I had to swallow a fuzzy watermelon seed while picking my nose, and after eating a big mess of stale stewed squirrel cheeks. The last part is the hardest. Do you know how many squirrels you have to go through, or how long it takes to gather a nice mess of squirrel cheeks? Then, after you cook them, you have to wait for a few weeks to eat them. So it's really not a casual thing at all. I tried to figure out how to make money with my new universe, and I thought about making money fly out of drawers at the bank and into a bag or something, but that would just land me in jail. And the magic act seems like way too much work. And anyway, it would be hard to schedule around that problem about waiting for the stale stewed squirrel cheeks. Best thing I found so far is making bets at the bar, but people do get wise to my tricks after a while. I have made quite a little bit of money, though, so far by betting folks I can push a rope or chain up a hill. If you don't believe me, bring me a nice big mess of stale stewed squirrel cheeks and a fuzzy watermelon. About 5 pounds of the cheeks is all I need, and I can do my own nose picking.